Chapter 4. My Prince. Reese. Ka-sama, let me hear the story of Dragons Oji-sama. Reese. Reese really likes this story. Once upon a time, there was a very beautiful princess and a prince who was chosen by a legendary sword, in certain place. When I was a child, that was my favorite story from Mother. The title is Dragon's Prince, and it is a common story to read to children. In response to the certain kingdom's princess who had received a curse from a bad dragon, a prince traveled to find a legendary sword to defeat the dragon. The prince continued the harsh travel painfully. He was able to defeat the dragon at last. But when the dragon was defeated and the curse was removed, the neighboring country's evil prince was going to marry the princess by force. A wedding ceremony was held while the princess grieved. In the meantime, the prince, who got on the dragon's back, barged into the wedding ceremony. The dragon reformed itself after being defeated by the prince and it became the prince's ally. While the people at the venue were frightened by the dragon, the prince rescued the princess from the evil prince. And then, those two lived happily ever after in distant land. That is the content of the story. Its content is for children, but I still love it, even today. Every time I hear the story, I imagine a prince appearing on the back of a dragon, because I've been dreaming about it all the time. Even when I have grown up to an age where I can understand that the story is merely a tale, When I was born, I had no father already. Mother said he went to faraway place, but I thought on my own that he already died and gave it up. But for me, it's enough if mother is there. I was raised by my mother and a former female adventurer. I have been showered with generous love from such a mother, so I wasn't lonely even if I didn't have a father. And then, mother died when I was 8 years old. I spent every day grieving, and when I finally calmed down, a man walked up to me. He handed me a letter. The sender was called Cardias and he is my father, the king. The letter was sent before my mother died and the content was he wanted to keep custody of me. We had little money. I think mother sent the letter with the intention of giving up her custody and she decided to send me to father's place. I was led by that man and came to Elysian. And then, I was guided to the castle and I met my father for the first time. But father's eyes were cold. He continued talking about my situation uninterestedly, things about me being an illegitimate child with no equal right to succeed the throne, or not to stand out when staying in the castle. He continued looking at me with zero interest as if looking at stones everywhere. I heard from my hometown's friend that a father is known as someone trustworthy, but the illusions of reliable father shattered in that instant. It seemed I was merely looked as a bother by the surrounding people that I didn't know. It was already unpleasant. Even if I'm poor, I couldn't help wanting to return to my hometown. Far from being a noble, I became a royal. What on earth would happen to me after this? I was beaten with despair when I was guided to my room, and then a woman entered knocking at the same time. So, you are Ferris. My name is Lifel, your Oni-chan. Lifel. It was a meeting between me and elder sister. She started talking to me with friendly smile, and when I realized it, I told everything like my anxiety and feelings to my sister. I met the first person that I could rely on after coming here. I was tightly hugged, warmly embraced, and I was crying loudly. We didn't take several hours to become friends. Then, elder sister called two people who were waiting outside the door. Nice to meet you, Ferris-sama. My name is Senia, I am a special attendant for Lifel-sama. Please do not hesitate to call me Senia. Senia. I am Melt, the exclusive imperial guard for the princess. Melt. Senia is very gentle rabbitkin and Melt is very hard to be approached, but he'll continue protecting elder sister. I got used to living in the castle while being protected by those two and elder sister. However, I'm still a commoner after all. I continued to struggle with table manners and courtesy of the royal family. and I continued troubling elder sister and Xenia. Although elder sister and Xenia fully support me, my heart gradually wears down. Elder sister, who can't look at me like that, decided. I am blessed with magic and I have high aptitude for water magic. So, elder sister suggested entering the school in the country. The school is not like the castle because there are a lot of nobles where I can learn etiquette and I can make friends since there are also commoners, afterwards. Elder sister personally talked to father and she got me permission to enter the school with condition of hiding my social standing. I told elder sister the first time I can see spirits, but since she decided not to hear, she gently warned me to conceal the fact. I don't care about spirits. You are my younger sister. Thank you for telling me this. Liefel. Being deeply moved by those words and being embraced were good memories. Learn various things at school. When you have friends, although it's probably impossible, introduce them sometime. Liefel. The reason I decided to enter the school was because elder sister pushed for it. After the conclusion of the school's entrance exam, I went into my room while wondering what kind of person my roommate was, but there was no one in the room. And then, after some time had lapsed, when I was thinking what I would do if my roommate didn't appear at all even if dinner was over, the door opened and a wolfkin with beautiful silver hair entered. Are you my roommate, Amelia? Oh, that's right. My name is Phi, it's Reese. What is your name? Reese. My name is Amelia. As you can see, I'm a wolfkin. Amelia. I almost revealed my real name, but I told the name that I decided in advance for myself in a hurry. Although I wasn't asked, I told Amelia that I was the daughter of a certain noble and I enrolled at school because I didn't want to rely on my parents. Well, when I looked at Amelia for the first time, I was fascinated with her beautiful silver hair. So, she must be a daughter of certain noble, because I thought that person was more excellent than me who was a royal in name. Reese-chan is coming to school to train, right? I came here with my master, Goshujin-sama, Sirius-sama. Because I am Sirius-sama's servant after all. Amelia. Servant? Master. Such beautiful girl is a servant. After that, she talked so much about her wonderful master, a person called Sirius. Her eyes glittered and I understand well because she trusted her master from the bottom of her heart. He's fine with treating Beastkin like family, just like Xenia, who serves my elder sister. It was easy to talk with her because she resembled Xenia. We became friends after talking until late night. My school life looked favorable because I made friend on the first day of school, that's what I thought, but I was summoned to castle during the school entrance ceremony. The reason I got summoned was to introduce me to the Bardfeld's household members. Previously, all family members couldn't gather because they were busy. Now, they gathered at last, but my 3 elder brothers were looking at me with pity in their eyes. They probably felt troubled on how to treat me, the illegitimate child, but I want them to stop pitying me. It was still better than being an enemy, but I would probably run away if elder sister wasn't there. My elder brothers were gentle but father still remained cold. Mother, father is probably wonderful and splendid person, but I don't like how he looks at me. Is it all right if I wasn't born? I returned to school while I was still feeling down, and I became fine when I met Amelia. That's right, the place where I belong is not the castle but it's here. I have a friend, so I will work hard in school. That's what I thought, but it wasn't easy. The class that I entered, the Iron class, was a hopeless class, especially if one couldn't use magics from all attributes. Although my forte is water, I, who cannot use fire no matter what, was continuously ridiculed by my classmates. I'm fine if it's just me, but I couldn't bear when they ridiculed my mother. Day by day, it becomes more terrible with my classmates' insults because I still cannot use fire magic no matter how hard I tried. I hit a wall. As soon as I entered the school, I felt like crying. Amelia, who was unable to let things pass unnoticed, kindly gave me advice. When I explained to Amelia about my current condition and whether I should worry about it, she gave suggestion while nodding greatly. In that case, why don't we consult Sirius Sama? That person can surely help Reese. Amelia. A few days later, I met the destined person. I finished classes with a broken heart, and as I was heading to the library by Amelia's guidance, I met Sirius-kun. He was amazing person according to Amelia, but his appearance is just like an ordinary boy. However, I can't see him being composed. I was wondering what he was reading about, and when I looked, the title of the book was Culinary Encyclopedia. I was surprised because he was reading with full concentration. Amelia's younger brother, Royce-kun, was also introduced at the same time. Although he looked very naughty, it was interesting to see him unable to go against Amelia. I seemed to get used to Royce-kun very fast because there was such a child in my hometown. After we finished introducing ourselves, I was invited to a dormitory called Diamond Cottage. When I ate the cake that was brought and made by Sirius-kun, I lost myself for an instant. I didn't know there was such a delicious thing. I was somewhat satisfied, but that was not the real issue. And then, I tried to perform the problematic attribute magic, but Sirius-kun found out easily about me being able to see spirits. Your life is over, or, you will be kidnapped by terrible people if they know you can see spirits, although mother said I should keep that as a secret. Although elder sister didn't care, he knew my secret. However, far from being scared, Sirius-kun soothed me and suggested ways to manage spirits. I was happy when I heard he had met and made friends with someone who could see spirits other than me. Furthermore, he even suggested solution to solve my class problems. It's not easy to do things for me even if I'm not royalty, so why are you easily helping me who you just met? It doesn't matter when it comes to spirits or nobles. Reese is our acquaintance and I want to help because you are Amelia's friend. That's just it, Sirius. He said the same words like elder sister. This person is not like the one I saw in Castle, who's concerned about money and honor. That is why Amelia and Royce completely trust this gentle person from the bottom of their hearts. As for this person, I thought it was alright to trust him from the bottom of my heart too. It's strange because even though Sirius-kun has 2 servants who should take care of him, he cooks meals and feeds them. I was also fed, but the meal was not something that I've seen in the castle or in my hometown. It doesn't have the same impact like the cakes, but the dish called nabe was very delicious and I didn't know how many times I had second helpings. I am a bit jealous of those 2 because they are able to eat such meals every day. And then, at the end of negotiation, a trade will be performed over me. Although Sirius-kun and Royce-kun fought in disadvantageous condition, they completely won even when there was difference in numbers. I heard that she was trained by Sirius-kun to fight together with Royce-kun. That's why I think Sirius-kun is really amazing person like what she said. I longed for that strength that can break any kind of situation from the front without budging an inch, even when the opponents are either commoners or nobles. I also wanted to be like them. I don't have to cause any trouble to elder sister when my body and mind become strong, so I can help anyone like everyone helps me, right? On the evening that day, I discussed about it during the time I went out together with the 2 of them to buy stuff to celebrate their victory. You see, Amelia, Royce-kun. Why did you become Sirius-kun's disciples? Reese. Well, the reason was that I wanted to become strong to protect Royce. But, the reason now is probably to be with Sirius-sama. Amelia. I wanted to protect Ne-chan too. Now, I think I want to become strong because I want to stand side by side with Aniki. Royce. Is that so? Mine is different after all. Reese. Reese-an, do you want to become Aniki's disciple? Royce. Yeah. I just wanted to be strong and I don't have definite reason like you guys. Reese. There is no such thing. Amelia. But my reason is vague and it's just more of my own self-satisfaction, so. Reese. Everyone has their own reason, right? Serious Sama is a person who will respond if you have strong will. Amelia. Strong will. Reese. I want to become strong. However, is that only it? Although I got to know them for a short time, they always laugh and I like when Sirius-kun calmly watches the scenes. I recall that and I understand the true reason. I want to become their friend. I want to receive training together with those two from Sirius-kun and I want to laugh together with everyone. I think that is surely a wonderful scene. I, who understood the reason, decided to become his disciple. I began to talk boldly during the celebration party. I want to be Sirius-kun, no, Sirius-san's disciple. After I became Sirius-san's disciple, productive days were waiting. It is difficult on that training part, but I don't really regret it. Anyhow, I ran, I kept on running, and earnestly kept doing it. I became dispirited so many times, but Amelia and Royce-kun encouraged me and Sirius-san continued pushing my back patiently even if I complained. Although I didn't get up and I became unable to move because I fell over, Sirius-san patiently watched over me while lending me hand to get up.